What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Rogue Trader. Let's
I always have a
go tell this guy that we're ready for this. See no issue in letting Ascendia know you are here. Get ready, your enemies will be here soon. I will send my least important associates to the entrance to take the brunt of the initial assault. That should thin our guests' numbers. Without thinking, Vladimir reaches for his pistol to check how easy it slides out of its holster. Then he smiles. It's an easygoing, young, and bloodthirsty smile. I've almost forgotten how much I love all this. Stay where you are. Lie down your weapons. No, I think not. We're here for the criminal Vladimir Tokaro and his accomplices. Members of the heretic Vladimir Torkara's gang, lay down your arms and face righteous justice. They'll hang us all. Don't trust them, lads. Let's make the holy soldiers bleed down with the hangwood. Hoped you would respond like this and force his attack for the justice of Chorda and the Emperor. Well, you guys didn't do much, did you?
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Wasn't much thinning of the numbers
Stand
there.
your ground.
Oh, I'm going to obliterate you if this is all you brought. Flame rages in Chorda's furious gaze as she surveys the bar. Her figures seem to exude a ruthless radiance, cruel like the scorching sun of a desert world. Rebels and heretics, I, Rogue Trader Incendia Chorda, master of footfall and defender of justice, am ordering you to lay down your arms. Harsh justice awaits those who surrender, and an ignoble death awaits the rest. Vladimir takes out his pistol slowly and says in a lazy drawl, Incendia Chorda, I, Vladimir the Vakemo, I'm ordering you to get off my turf before I blow your brains out and throw your corpse for a loop. Repent, Incendia. You have lapsed and turned into a monster. Incendia raises her eyebrow and asks in a concerned voice, has horror driven you out of your mind, Gregor? Your verdicts bear no relation to the codified justice of the Imperium. You create arbitrariness, create your own law, and which means your own Imperium. That is heresy. For a rogue trader, the ultimate crime is to reject the Emperor's protection and make their reign absolute, becoming a rash rival of God and a blasphemous tyrannical heresiarch. I've seen your thirst for blood. You revel in the sentencing and the executing. Are you going to dispute that? Am I lying? You are not lying. I do enjoy it. Incendia lowers her head and the shadows seem to thicken around the hall. The radiance fades from her eyes. Enough. I repent. I yearn to serve the Emperor, but exacting vengeance upon his foes was so delicious that I abandoned my duty for the sake of my gratification. I made footfall in my house of pleasures. I was a harsh judge, not because it's what he wanted, but because it's what I wanted. I executed those his laws forbade to execute. Putting them above the Emperor is the most terrible act a rogue trader can commit. I have lapsed into heresy and I must be convicted. Judge me, Gregor. I, who have strayed, commit myself to his mercy and his harshness. State your crimes. Arrogance was born in my heart, and it trampled on my sense of duty. I forgot the Emperor's commandments, which are as strict as they are merciful, and became a bringer of death and death only. I was not serving the Imperium of humanity. I was building a pitiful parody of his creation. What can you say in your defense? I only dreamt of being a worthy servant of the Emperor, of doing his will, punishing his enemies, of turning this corrupt and decrepit system into an abode that is worthy of his light and does not diminish his greatness. The verdict will be lenient. Incendia Chorda, I banish you from footfall. Depart. I deserve no quarter, but I accept my punishment, and I'm going into exile to do my penance. Farewell, Gregor. She doesn't have to die. We win! Emperor, have mercy on me. I had doubts before, but now I see they are unwarranted. Of all the defenders of the Expanse, only she was worthy of being his shield. Her repentance is but farther proof of it. I was a fool to not believe in her. Is this how the cleansing of footfall ends? No. Eronimus cries out in woe and looks around the hall with ferocious eyes. Incendia may not be the holiest and purest of the Emperor's tools, but who will be left here when she is gone? Him? Her? Eronius points to the finger at Vladimir, then Riza, and finally you. You, are you going to protect the law and the faith? Emperor's faithful. Our protector was caught in a web of conspiracy. She was lied to. Therefore, let us avenge her and carry on her cause. When thou hast stepped into the nest of corruption, destroy those that dwell therein. Smite and torment them like his wrathful instrument that knoweth no fear. Avenge his sorrow and shun pity in the name of thy love for him. To battle for Incendia Chorda and the Emperor. For real, bro. You know what? I think this will be fine. There's only 9 of them. Yeah, well, I'm not too concerned.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Ooh, you only have 200 health, bro. That's awkward.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If I must.
You better dodge this.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. See you moving. No more.
Sorry, buddy. This is the next guy to act, so.
Ancestors guide me. My reckoning will be swift.
My vow is to serve. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. Request approved. My vow is to serve.
I'm just gonna stack all our buffs up here, don't mind.
Request approved.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent.
Just not overly concerned about this fight.
If I must.
1,621 damage plus another
If it serves your
162.
cause.
That's crazy. Like, it was like 1,800 damage there. Like what?
Kemorak.
Me? I'm not accustomed to being ordered. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
That one's actually stunned, so we should focus on this one.
As the Emperor commands, I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Sorry there, bud.
As the Emperor commands, I act. That is not the Emperor's
When was the
will.
last time an enemy team got an action? Does anybody
You, my
remember?
Emperor!
Because, like... Yeah, they ain't getting them
Doubt is for the
anymore,
weak.
apparently.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Just keep stacking up all this, and then we're gonna activate the fire.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Wild. Hey, go ahead and throw that out
I'll
there,
do it.
girl. Alright, Yulet, I don't really
I
think
am
it's
not
necessary
your
to do any
Xenos
extra
pet,
stuff.
monkey. I deal death with my hands.
See? Woohoo! Go us! Vladime surveys the carnage and says dryly and morosely, "What a mess. Thank you for helping me deal with it, your lordship. Your help has been invaluable. The Casablanca mission will nonetheless try to approximate and match its value in the most generous of terms. What are you meaning to do next?" "I'll restore control, I'll free the prisoners, and give merchants back their impounded cargo. I'll replace the lowlives her ladyship put in charge with my own lowlives. I'll take care of those station sectors that are slowly dying in isolation. And of course, I'll send an envoy to the Lord Inquisitor to bring him news and inform him of my willingness to cooperate. I want Chorda's enforcers to not face any reprisals. Let them leave. I'm no butcher. Her ladyship's enforcers may leave the station, except those personally complicit in the killings of my employees, friends, and loved ones. I have a responsibility toward them. Congratulations, your lordship. You have one less rival in the Expanse." Nice, we got a little bit of stuff there. Now that we've dealt with the pressing issues, do you have any further instructions regarding the station's governance going forward? After all, Footfall is now under your exclusive personal protection. Valdime and everyone in the pub look at you expectantly. Footfall is exhausted and wounded by Chorda's cruelty. I'm going to have shelters set up where those in need and pain can find roofs over their heads, sustenance, and medical aid. What's going on? The entire gathering glorifies your name with a joyful chant. In their eyes, you see hope with a dash of mistrust. The station's inhabitants aren't used to such magnanimity. However, something in your voice gives them hope that you're not putting on a show, and that perhaps this is the beginning of a new, less grim period in the station's history. Yay! All right, well, let's do a little looting, I guess. 30% bonus to parry. You don't say. A pretty big bonus to parry. That's a pretty big bonus to parry there. Cool. Space Marine? No, servitor. Okay. I was like, what? I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean for you to die.
Or get left in the dust.
You kind of just ended up in the way. Upon noticing your activity on it gives you a genuine, beautiful, gleaming smile and a respectful gown. Wow, what will it be, sir? Anything for you? How are you enjoying your liberated footfall? To the fullest, sir. I'm sure things will improve soon. That is to say, until some new disaster strikes and makes life stink again, and after that, if we're lucky, things will improve again, such as the circle of life in the Expanse. What can you do? But you're the one who saved us from the suffocating darkness of Lady Chorda's brain, and all the distance and footfall now pray for your health. I wish to make an announcement. Octaviana fills her lungs with air and yells out in a booming voice. Hey, you bums, layabouts, and crooks, shut your traps. His Lordship Gregor von Valancius has graciously honored us with his presence today and is about to speak. The bar quiets down and all eyes turn to you. She's not dead, though. Footfall's fate has been decided, but it costs many their lives. Let us honor their memory. Silence falls over the room. The patron's expressions are solemn, respectful, and mournful. After an appropriate pause, a voice says in a deep, resounding voice, a safe journey to the fallen and a long life to House von Valancius. Most valued suppliers of equipment in the conflict between Takara and Chorda. If you're looking for the relics of St. Drusius' mission, talk to the chaplain. After the Reverend's death, he became the Drusian leader of sorts here on the Footfall. The reliquary will surely be safe under his watch. The man is as hard as plasteel.
Let us not do.
Chaplain, are you over here? Yes, nobody's name is popping up. If your lordship has something to say to the Drusian mission, you can count on me having my ear. For Reverend Hieronymus' demise has left me as the senior missionary in Footfall, I suppose. I'm authorized to speak on behalf of my brothers and sisters. So you've been put in charge, a curious choice. Fair enough. When we lost Reverend Harmonious, my brothers and sisters despaired, but I, the hardened killer that I am, had seen my comrades die before, so I made suggestions to them at first and then gave them instructions. In hard times like these, with so many people suffering, we couldn't afford to melt in a puddle of grief. My comrades heeded me and then somehow got it in their heads that I was in charge now. So I'm being in charge. I'm being in charge till some big old reverend of higher rank than mine shows up, tells me to get lost, and takes over. It's an embarrassment for the head of the mission to have scars all over his face, for all to see that he did ungodly things in the past. Do you grieve for Reverend Hieronymus? I do. A grand man he was, with a strength of character that was only rivaled by the fervor of his faith. It was he who ordained me properly, not in the pirate sense. He taught me a lot. Even though I didn't always agree with him, it will be a long time before the Expanse sees another servant of the Emperor who is quite like him. I'm going to miss him. I hope I can live up to the memory and be at least half as fervent to him as in bringing St. Drusius' word to those in need of redemption. What can you offer me? To children of the Emperor who make donations. And then it's okay. I was just making sure it was the same stuff. Apparently I did not loot Hieronymus. That's awkward, because he's not here to loot. Valdime? The liege, now a liege again, is looking tired but pleased with what's going on around him. His fingers ramp away at the data sheet as he sends out instruction after instruction. Your lordship, is there anything Footfall can do to thank you for its liberation? How's the station doing? I can see that you've got everything under control again. I'm only doing the duties imposed upon me by my position as a liege. After the House Chorda forces retreated in a hurry, it turned out that surprisingly enough, there were unaccounted for scumbags at the station who wasted no time in grabbing the opportunity. I took the smartest and most useful of them among them under my wing and told them I didn't want any shenanigans. As for the rest, 100 or so names had to be added to the grievous toll Lady Chorda had left behind. What a straight. Just was checking. And then Rizza's back here. All right.
Is there money to be made?
How you doing, Rizza? I stole your melta charge from in here earlier. I hope you don't mind. Welcome back. Things are back to normal on Footfall, I see. Well, how should I put it? With Lord Inquisitor on the station, folks still have to keep a bit of a lid on their activities, but with Zindia and her hounds gone, I can definitely breathe easier. Shipments are slowly starting up again. Anyone who worked with Chorda has been thrown for a loop Footfall style, and folks can do business in the Amacius again without any trouble. I should also thank you for finally shitting up Reverend Hieronymus. If trials really do cleanse the soul, then after weeks of listening to his shrill hectoring, I must have the soul of a saint. So I don't know if I'd agree with your esteemed self that things are back to normal, but I'll gladly drink to the new normal, to your health. You seem to be at peace. Have you turned your back on heresy? Rizzo nods seriously. I have, your lordship. No more profane amulets or anything. All cultists and heretics who wormed their way into my crew took a long walk out through a short airlock, and the servants of the ruinous powers who took advantage of my moment of weakness and pushed me toward heresy were sent to meet their own dark gods. Rizzo smiles nastily. I doubt they'll recognize their minions after what I did to them, though. Better get going. Nice doing business with you. Absolutely.
Keep your wits about you.
All right, let's get out of here, shall we? I don't want to just go to the sewers. Can I just leave? Oh, sorry, dead people. I don't really need this stuff. Oh, cool. Now we can just leave.
Keep your eye on the prize.
Can we literally go right outside to explore the whole Footfall now? Doesn't appear like it. Nah, so this took us right to the Furibunda system, which is okay. We want to talk to who was it on the ship? Argenta? No. Jai. Mistress Haidari. You can do it. No, I actually have a question. Do you have anything going on? Foxbury's probably anything interesting. Forgive me, that's all. Give Sirocco a little pet here. Good Sirocco. Jay, how you doing?
Shireen, O glorious son of dozens of worlds and billions of subjects, have you come to converse with Jai Haidari about the sweetness of her soul? Or do you wish to speak to a trade representative of the Imperium? Well, does the guise of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse suit me?
You're beautiful under no matter the guise, Jai.
It is hard to argue against words as wise as they are sweet, Shireen. Except sometimes guises meld with the skin of their unfortunate owners, and the only way to take them off is to tear skin from flesh. That is not something I want. Not anymore.
How's your gang faring?
Like you need to ask, Shireen. These Ashmags and Kashaz are tenacious. They lick their wounds faster than the Aji themselves. Tora finally got an implant for her jaw. Now she can speak properly instead of braying like a toothless donkey. She's been recruiting, strapping guys and gals too, because Falco culled our ranks. May the Aji savage the soul of that interstellar piranha.
You said you wanted to reflect on what has happened.
Oh, yes, Shireen. And here is what I think. Since the day we first met, I have been tossed about like a boat in a storm. Battered, dashed against the rocks, lashed by the waves. And then I was flung onto the shore, and a fabulous gift washed up beside me. A precious pearl of the deep, the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. And you know what? I enjoyed it. Yes, I was slammed face first into the rocks, and was up to my neck in water. But I finally had a taste of freedom. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. But it was enough to make me dream of it every night. Void, crack and take the Kasbalika and the cold trade. As for our mutual business, Sherry, I will remain your loyal partner if you desire. An equal partner.
It's your choice to make, Jai. All I can do is support it.
Then it is decided. Starting today, I will sail toward the future I choose. What a thrill it would be to ride the waves wherever they want to take me.
Shai's communication device lights up, indicating an incoming message. She gives you a polite nod, looks away, and focuses on the message that is being transmitted to her comm bead. With each passing moment, her expression darkens, and she cuts off the transmission with a nervous gesture. What was it about?
Nothing important, really. Just a small commercial matter.
Since when do small commercial matters make you so nervous?
Fine. Maybe it's better to let you know.
Probably. Shireen, I've received an important message. Mercy and the mission circle want to see me. Quite the honor. Jai smiles, but you can sense the alarm lurking beneath her usual cheery facade. I won't lie and say it's completely safe. Perhaps you wouldn't mind coming with me. We're the mission circle. What is the meeting about? The circle are high-ranking agents of the Casablanca mission. They already know I took Falco's life, and they're happy to hear that I want to take over his trade. But for that, I need their approval. Of course I'll come with you. Thank you. It means a lot. Jai closes her eyes in relief. I won't keep you away from important matters. Let's go. Cool. Shadow quarters. Since faces turn toward you, the faces of people who are hard-nosed, hard-fisted, and hard-hearted. The cold traders maintain a differential silence, which is broken only by the hiss of smoldering IO rolled up, being smoked with relish by a dark-haired, aristocratic-looking man in a sumptuous coat. Vladimir, tossing a silent look at the regal-looking stranger in the dry, solemn intonation of a priest, declares, "The seats have been claimed. Now we discuss the trade." Jai, her face frozen in a battle mask, glares at the dark-haired stranger, who responds with a subtle, patronizing smile. Survey the people in attendance. The peddlers of the cold trade sit in meek silence. When the dark-haired man's gaze casually falls on them, their heads drop lower. Jai, with her chin raised, seems to be the only refutation of this man's absolute superiority, but her strained expression makes it clear that she is not unaffected by his presence either. The stranger exudes aristocratic hauteur. He takes drags of the fragrant IO with visible gusto, his fingers idly playing with a button on his jacket and from time to time smiling enigmatically at his own thoughts. Greetings, merchants of the cold trade. Greetings to the blessed rogue trader. The nature of our profession obliges us traveling merchants to be hospitable hosts. The charismatic smile exudes deferential amity. Quiet vox to you all, Shegnars. Quiet vox to you, Master Mercy. Jai receives polite nods in response. The cold trader's faces that are turned toward her reveal a mixture of support, compassion, and wariness. This is proximity to an uninfected relation. The circle will hear Jai Amira Fathin Tamari Esh Afrit. Mercy pronounces all your companions' names with deliberate meticulousness, never taking his laughing eyes off of her. I am laying claim to Falco's business, his territory, and his crew. He tried to take mine and he lost, so now I will take his. And I want the circle to endorse my claim. Jai continues the staring match with Mercy, aiming every word at him like a bullet between his eyes. Is that so? Frowning, Mercy exchanges a look with other cold traders, as though reading some kind of answer in their glassy eyes. He shakes his head. Can the circle agree to that? After all, Falco's sentence was handed down by us, but not by us, but by you alone. Does that mean that you now speak for us and instead of us? A dangerous proposition. I am certain that Jai's management of Falco's assets will be more profitable for the Casablanca. Falco was sloppy. He paid too much attention to Jai shoots Mercy and sardonic smile. Side projects. My network of contacts is larger and my patron is more powerful. Another venomous smile. I guarantee that revenue will increase by at least a third. The cold trader's eyes dart to each other. You can tell by their faces that Jai's words have hit their mark, but an imperious and slightly irritated gesture from Mercy brings the silent flurry of conversation to an end. Money can't buy a new head to replace one that's full of bullets. You're asking us to set a dangerous precedent. You're putting a bejeweled grenade in our hands, Shireen. You do not fail to notice the way Jai's shoulders shudder at the Mercy's last word. Jai, if you want to get what's rightfully yours, now is time to show your teeth. Jai's reply is a whispering warning. Only if I'm going to sink them into his throat. Otherwise, he'll pull my teeth and keep them as trophies. Trust me, Mercy is the vengeful sort. I advise against getting into a dispute with the rogue trader. The consequences for you will be very unpleasant. Yes! It'd be foolish to pass up the mountain of money that would come with the friendship of the von Valancius dynasty. Jai's polite words are not enough to gloss over the previous threat, and it seems they were not intended to do so. Now the cold traders are looking at you, only you, and it would seem they are more afraid of you than Mercy. Yeah, I would imagine so. We are traders, not fighters. We prefer the language of deals over language of battles, but that does not mean we can be intimidated. Our organization operates in the shadows, and we use the opposition from powers that be. We keep our blades sheathed, but give us cause to show you how sharp they truly are, and you will sorely regret it. Such knowledge is poison to the mind. Perhaps one of the senior traders wishes to say their piece, or is he the only one who used to speak around here? Mercy casts a genial glance over the clothed traders. I'm the most senior-ranking person here, your lordship. Didn't you explain this to your companion, Jai? The smuggler's given name rolls off Mercy's tongue with ease familiarity, and if you are so concerned with showing respect for seniority, you'll be comforted to know that I have held my position far longer than you have yours. In the eyes of the mission, we are tools, carefully selected and arranged. One may be employed for their craft and acquisition of profit, another for protection and bloodshed. I'm used for dispute resolution and oversight, and for bloodshed, though on very rare occasions. As such, no other voice but mine will sound to your ears. You're awfully quiet, Vladimir. Spectacles glinting, the liege dryly reports. I appreciate Mr. Sadari's talents and your lordship's interest in her fate, but we are not a band of pirates, but an organization with rules, and we abide by those rules. Smiling smugly, Mercy addresses Jai silkily. You remember the rules once too. I trust that with sage guidance, we can refresh your memory and revive your fidelity to our laws. Jai, perhaps you have an argument to support your claim? Jai takes a deep breath and with a compelling seriousness says, you did not stop Falco from robbing. You did not kill him, stop him from killing my friends. Circle voted for my removal, not as far as I know. Either you admit that you allowed Falco to break the rules, or you have to act like they still matter. According to the rules, Falco was out of line and I punished him on your behalf. Let's say. So his trade is my trophy and the Circle's reward for my trouble. Mercy's laughter, velvetly and appealing, causes Jai's brows to furrow in torment. You listened well, Shireen. You found yourself accused, and so you cast an accusation in return, a logical move. You discern an interesting mix of emotion in Mercy's eyes, so he looks at Jai. Irritation, warmth, interest, even resentment. For him, she is something more than simply an opponent in a business negotiation. But what Vox will pick up your voice in the void? What friends will repeat Jai Hadari's spoken words? Here, the rogue trader? No. What friends in the organization? You have none, though you once did. Mercy's gaze on Jai is patronizing and strangely sympathetic. Give Jai an encouraging smile. You're not gonna let them fleece you, are you? Do you have a backup plan? Jay responds with a brittle smile. The ease to which you read my heart frightens me, Shireen. Oh. Time to take over. The crashing sound of the doors being kicked in and screams fill the room. The sharp ting of burning Fisaline hangs in the air. The cold traders freeze, giving the barrels pointed at them their full attention. An old familiar expression appears on Jai's face, the look of a satisfied predator. Mercy, do you remember what you always scolded me for? You were too quick to deny the thought that you might deserve something, Shireen. That's what you said. Thank you for the lesson. This time it will not be humble. This time, Falco's contacts are mine. Falco's crew is mine. Speak up if you disagree. The rest of you, at ease. Only short and bloody songs are born to the sound of weapon fire. You think you can force the whistle of the bull that flies past Mercy's ear and makes him swallow the rest of his florid speech. There's the Jai I remember, the one who first joined my retinue. Breaking through the avalanche of the past that was covering my grave was not easy, Shireen, but I have risen. Have you got the message, Mercy, or do we still have objections? Clamping a new eye roll up between his pearly white teeth, Mercy coolly replies, I am not an idiot. I'm not going to argue with a rogue trader in a loaded auto pistol. Logic has succeeded. Despite Mercy's strange sang-froid, it is clear that this is a man unaccustomed to enduring such indignities, and equally unaccustomed to forgiving those who have wronged him. You still see Jai as a girl who needed your protection. Forget that girl. She's a different person now. Mercy winces in pain at your words, his face no longer guarded by the lavish armor of his self-assurance. After tossing a weary look at Jai and receiving an affirmative nod from her, he sighs heavily. It is true. She is a different person now. I do believe we consider this meeting closed. Most certainly. The Circle approves Jai Hadari's claim. Our trading is concluded. The representative of the mission on my station, what I am emphasizes these last two words and gives Jai a grateful nod, undertakes to ensure that their interest in Mr. Hadari will not be harmed. Woohoo, we did it! Of course we did it. We're amazing. Man, I'm gonna make like a heretical skill monkey next playthrough, like a psyker skill monkey, and just be able to do all the skill checks. And we won't be playing on unfair, so we won't have the giant negatives towards it. It's gonna be nice. 100%. Anything else to say, Jai? Where am I? There we go. We're going over here.
Shireen. The burden of a trade representative of the Imperium is a hefty one, especially when said representative is dabbling in the cold trade on the side. Whew, it is exhilarating, as if everyone suddenly became allies and enemies at the same time. So how are you doing? Oh.
See you later. How do we do? Wait for Kalkazar's summons. I would still like to do this if possible. But yeah, let's look at the high effect totem here. I want to check out trade opportunities real quick. Start with the Imperial Navy, if you will. Oh, this is getting so close to the next one, man. And then we needed... What's the Casablanca? I don't remember. We'll say it was the Casablanca. How about that? We'll just guess. Thank you. Thank you. And then it was... I think the Fellowship was one as well. 250. Nice. Beautiful. Ooh, what was that actually? Ooh, I wonder if this will be enough to... maybe. Only 800. We still need 2,700. 22,700 more, yeah. Alright, well, you know, we got what we got. I think that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks.